lends it that Mediterranean flavor of a dolmas, and that is the lemon juice. I wish you could smell how fantastic these lemons smell. These lemons are actually growing right outside my house here. We have a Meyer lemon tree. I'm just picking out seeds in case you're wondering. All right, there we go. It's easier to pick them out of here than out of here. But I want to give this quite a hefty dose of lemon juice because the dolmas or the stuffed grape leaves are very lemony. So we're going to give that a good shot of lemon juice. That was a very juicy lemon. I would say that was easily 2 tablespoons. You want to reduce the heat on this, and we are going to let this simmer covered for approximately 12 to 15 minutes until all the water is absorbed. All right, the quinoa has cooked, and I said it takes about 15 minutes, and you can see it's kind of fluffy. It's very hot still. It's kind of fluffy. The onions and the garlic have cooked down, and this is going to be the filling for our chard. And what I did with the chard is I just took the chard out of the cold water, and I've got it draining on some paper towel here, and I also used another couple of layers of paper towel to pat some excess moisture off the top. And I've prepared the pot by slicing some more of our lemons. And because this is prepared like dolmas, we're going to put a little bed of lemon slices into the bottom of the pot. All right. And I might as well throw that other one in there. I got a bed of lemon slices into the pot. And I'm going to put about a cup more of my vegetable broth. Just enough maybe to cover the lemon slices. That's about all you need. Now you can do this in a much bigger pot, but I find that I really don't need it, especially when I'm just doing a small amount like for this. So I'm going to cover that and let that come up to a simmer. And now we're going to stuff these chard leaves. And you have to be kind of careful because they are delicate. And just take them apart like so. Open them out. Here we go. Lay it onto your cutting board or your work surface. And you want to get a scoop of your quinoa. Takes about, depending on the size of your chard leaf, 2 to 3 tablespoons. I don't like giant rolls, so I try to keep it at about that. And you can see all I'm doing is just rolling. Now once I've completely covered or done one turn of the leaf, I'm going to tuck in the sides. So once the quinoa is completely covered from one side, we're going to start tucking in the remaining part of the leaf. And there you have it. It looks very similar to a grape leaf, but the chard is much more accessible. Grape leaves are difficult. Sometimes you have to go to specialty markets, and I have yet to find any organic grape leaves, and grapes happen to be an extremely heavily pesticided product, so I just prefer to use something that I know is organic. And this, I'm just going to repeat this once or twice for you so you can see how they go. And then we're going to pop those right into the pot with the steaming lemon bath. The reason that I put the bed of lemons down into the steam or into the broth is because it produces a rich citrusy steam that gives it that classic dolmas flavor. Also takes some of the bitterness out of the chard. Okay, I'm going to continue wrapping and rolling, and then we're going to get these into the pot. Okay, I finished rolling all of the little chard rolls, and you can see what they look like here. They actually do very closely resemble a stuffed grape leaf. So now is the fun part. Now they're all going into their little steam bath here. And like I said, I've placed the lemons down here in the broth. And I'm just going to put these on top of a little bed of lemons. You should smell this broth, by the way. Oh my goodness. All right. And I think we've got room for everybody to get right into the pool there. There we go. Now I've had my broth down on low, and I'm going to turn it up just a little bit to get it going. You could also do this you could also do it in a steamer with the lemon juice and the broth actually not touching the rolls, but underneath the steamer basket. That would be fine too. If you have leftover quinoa, great snack. You could wilt some more chard leaves and do that as well. But it just needs just a moment or two. But I just want to go over with you again that the recipe is actually going to be available on my website this week. And that website is www.thehomegrowngourmet.com. Don't forget to put in the, because if you just say homegrown, you'll get someone other than me. And I'm going to have the recipe available. And of course, as always, I like to get your feedback. And what I'm going to try to start doing on my next segments is I want to go ahead and tell you to pause your tape at areas where I need to pause and complete repetitive things. The reason I'm going to do that is because I think it'll make it more like a cooking lesson for you. And that way I can say, all right, go ahead and pause me, take a few minutes to roll the rest of your rolls, and I will be back with you when I'm done. We're not the Food Network here, so all the prep work is done by me or my husband, so we do have to stop in between and do that. So that's what I'm going to do, have you guys do. It really takes only moments for this stuff to steam, especially if your pot was as screaming hot as this one was. So I'm going to grab something to have a taste with and show you guys what they look like when they come out of the steamer. And they're going to be quite hot, so I don't know that I'll be able to actually put a piece in my mouth, but I'll be wanting to, that's for sure. Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, they're quite hot. Here we go. They retain a lot of the greenness, as you'll see when I take them out, just because of the blanching process at the beginning. And I don't really want the desiccated piece of lemon, but there we have it. Isn't it beautiful? It's really vibrant. And I would serve this at home as an appetizer. I could also serve it on a plate with 4 or 5 of them as a vegan entree. And of course, I always like to serve mine with a lemon wedge too, just to get a little bit more of that luscious lemon flavor. But as you cut into it, you can see that the quinoa, it won't really clump together because you're not using egg, but that's the reason why you don't rinse the starch, because it will clump somewhat. Now you can take a look at it. It's really beautiful. It's really delicious, and it's super healthy. I want to thank you for being with me this week, and as always, have a healthy and happy week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.